today's video, we are going to do a quick tutorial on how to gold pan. Hey guys, Tennessee Silver Stacker here. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot to me as I love making these videos. Also, head over to my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter pages and follow me there for daily pictures and videos. All links are in the description below. Hey guys, Tennessee Silver Stacker here. So, today's video we are going to go over how to gold pan. This is basically something you could do to practice at home. All you need is some type of place to put some water, which in this case I'm using my big Garrett super sluice pan. And I have a small finishing pan here with some material. This actually came from the river that I go to, Coker Creek in eastern Tennessee. And yeah, so this is really the basics of all you need. I also have here some jet dry, and that helps break the water tension so that the gold doesn't float as much. I also have some water here. I might need more, but I'm gonna try it at first without it. I also have my gold, in which I'm going to pick out that one larger flake up front here and put it in my material here and show you guys how to pan. Now you guys can see that the gold flake is in the pan. Here it is. Let's see if I can get it to focus. I don't know if it's gonna focus, but that's the gold. Adding the water to the pan and the jet dry. I hope I have enough water here. My hose is broken on the side of my house. Not the hose, the little water spout is broken. So I can't use that, and I'm not about to carry this back and forth with my hips and everything. I'm gonna add a little bit of this jet dry. So the first thing you want to do when you have the material, and before I start, this is actually something that you could do. You could go on Amazon or different websites and find pay dirt, where it will have some little gold and stuff in it. Some will have gems as well. And you could practice panning at home if you don't have a river close to you. So that's one option if you want to just get into panning, see if it's something that you would like to do. And if you could find a river that is a gold-bearing river, then that will help you learn before you go out. Now, it's a little different when you go out because this material has been worked, so it's not going to be as cloudy as the material at the river. But I mean, it's good enough practice. So yeah, we have our gold flake in there, which I'm just gonna mix it in. And so the first thing you want to do is called stratifying. And what that does is it allows the heavies to drop to the bottom of the pan. Stratifying is you shake it kind of violently. You put it under the water and you shake it kind of violently, and that allows the heavies to go straight through the material and right to the bottom. So that's one of the first things you want to do. And I like to start off with the ripples here. And this isn't typically the pan that I use when I'm out at the river. I use a little bit larger of a pan, but I didn't want to have to pan through a ton of material this whole time just to show you. So here we go. Let's start the stratification. So you put it in water, okay? And you shake it. Shake it kind of violently. Shake it back and forth, back and forth. And along with that shaking, you want to lean the pan a little bit forward, because that will focus the gold into this bottom edge right here. And that's your main goal. You want to focus it to the bottom, to the front. So you shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. And when you think you have that enough, okay, I'm going to stop for now, but that's not where I'm going to end it. When you think you have it enough, then you can tip it forward, and what you want to do, which I believe the gold is in the bottom now. What you want to do, you don't want to go side to side like this and let stuff come out when you're shaking it. You want everything to stay in the pan while you're shaking it back and forth. Now, I do it back and forth because then I know that it's going to be centered right down there. Now that you know that you have the gold centered right to the bottom here, the next thing you want to do is get some of this material out, the lighter material. So the way you do that, you don't go in and push it out, because then you could be pushing out your gold. What you do is you get it moving again, you get it stratified, and then right when you're good, you let the water do the work. See, the water's doing the work. You're not forcing it out. You're letting the water do the work for you. And every 3 or 4 times, what you want to do is bring it back down flat, because you don't want the gold to get up past these ripples. So you bring it back down flat, and then you lean it forward again. You don't let any of the material fall out. You lean it forward, and then you do it again. Now, I could have used a little more water here, but that's okay. So I'm going to bring it back down. Okay, I'm stratifying it down. Now I'm leaning it forward again. And now I'm letting the water do the work. Okay, so now I'm switching hands. I'm better at my left hand at doing this. So side to side, okay, lean it forward. Don't let anything fall out yet, and then just dip. Dip, let the water do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring it back down, stratify, lean forward. Don't let anything fall out yet, and dip. Let the water do it, don't force it out. With this material, there is less black sands. I know I'll get to some in here, but what you really want to look for are those black sands. That black sand that's heavy, and the gold is typically found with that black sand. So let's continue. Let's get it down more. So stratify, flat, lean forward, and stratify. Get it all centered on that one front corner, that front edge, and dip. Let the water do the work. 4 times. Come back. Lean forward. And dip. So you see there's some larger rocks in here. These larger rocks, you could take it out by hand. Just make sure you have a little bit of water in there so you could rinse off the rocks. Because those larger rocks will make it a little bit harder to pan. So again, flat, lean forward, still shaking, and then when you get it close enough, okay, dip. And again, you're not pushing the material out. When you push the material out, you could push your gold out. You're letting the water do the work. So now there's a little bit of black sands. So what you look for, let me get this back down. What you want to look for, and typically again when you're panning out at the river, you're gonna have a lot more black sands. I already have most of that out. So look on the edges here. That's where your gold might start to come out, and along with the black sands. Once you start to see black sands, you know that you're going a little too far with keeping on going like that. And that's when you really want to, like towards the end of the pan, you really want to set it back down, stratify it, bring it forwards, and then do the same thing. So a little bit easier and a little bit easier every time. Okay. So right now, I don't have to, but there's this big rock here. And again, I let the water rinse it off, make sure there's nothing on it. Okay. Stratify it again. Lean it forward and stratify. And here we go. Dip, let it do the work. So at this point, typically you're all in black sands. You don't need these big ripples anymore. So now that you're at the end of the pan, like I said, you don't want to use these big ripples. That's only gonna be a little bit harder for you to do. You could either use these little ones or you could just not use any. But for this, I already saw the gold. For this, I'm going to use these little ripples. And it's the same thing. You stratify it flat, lean it forward, okay? And I'm not letting the material fall out as I'm doing that. I'm just bringing it a little bit close to the edge. Now, let the water do the work. Okay? And I've already seen the gold. I know it's still in there. It's hard to throw out gold out of your pan. Really hard. So, do it again. 2, 3, 4. So you can see there's some bigger rocks in, well, not really that big, but larger rocks in here that are making it a little bit harder to do. And again, I'm better at my left hand than I am my right hand. I'm a lefty. So you bring it forward, you let the water do the work. Okay, and you see I'm basically down to nothing now. And again, it's hard to throw out the gold from your pan. So you don't have to be too careful. I mean, it's not the hardest thing to do. And at the river, this is about as far down. I mean, I wouldn't even bring it this far down at the river. And with these bigger rocks that are in here, and again, I already know the gold's right there, but these bigger rocks, make sure you rinse them off, throw them out, rinse them off, throw them out. You have the big finish. So again, lean a little forward, give it a couple taps. That makes sure the gold is at that front rim. And then start bringing it back. Now I have a little too much water in here, so let me get some out. There. Okay, I'm gonna do that a little bit better. So I am gonna get out as much as I can, so that maybe I could try to get those few little pieces of gold left. There you go, there's those few little pieces. So one thing you can do, and you can make the gold walk up. So what I do, at the end of the pan, I get all of this material, I get it down as far as I can on the other end of the pan, okay? And the gold, I try to push back up, and that's what I do with tapping like that with it underwater. So this stuff down at the bottom of the pan, you know there's no gold in it now. So what I do is I just, well, I find a flat spot on the pan. Find a flat spot, get it all out. That way I have less material. Let's see. Get it all down here again. Give it a little pat. Try to get it to walk up. Okay. And let's get this other stuff out of there, just to leave the gold. Okay, try to get that stuff to go. It's easier to do the tapping thing with a bigger pan, but it brings the gold right up against the edge there. So that's all that little micro stuff that I was talking about that I couldn't get out before. So it was just in the pan and I didn't clean out my pan. This is nothing, so I can bring that down. So yeah, that's how you gold pan. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, if you want to practice and you don't have any gold near you, head over to Amazon and give it a shot. Now, I must say a lot of them are, they don't really give you the best bang for your buck. The return on investment is very low, so do your research. And yeah, just have fun. Thanks for watching, guys. But that's going to be it for this video. Make sure to like and subscribe so you can be notified when I post my weekly videos. Also, head over to my Instagram and Twitter pages and follow me for daily updates. I hope you had a good week and a great day. I'll see you next time.